Right, so we were just reviewing problem number 2, and we know that our bars need to add up to 42 sixth grade students, and we want there to be a center of 10, and we want there to be less variability. So instead of going from 4 to 16, I'm just going to make some notes over here. Instead of going from 4 to 16, I'm going to go from 6 to 14. I know that my final has to be 42. So if I go from 6 to 14, that's 4 bars. And I know that my center needs to be about at 10, a center at 10 minutes. So what I want is to figure out how many could I put in each bar to where that would be the case. So I'm going to say here a small number first, small number in the beginning and the end. So let's say 6 students from 6 to 8. Then we want a pretty large bar. I see that my range goes all the way up to 14. So let's go ahead and say 14 from 8 to 10. And 14 plus 6 gives me 20. So I'm going to say 14 again from 10 to 12. And then I'm going to say 8 from 12 to 14. So this is what I want my histogram to look like. Now I have to draw it. 6 students from 6 to 8. So I'm going to draw my lines all the way up to 6. 14 from 8 to 10. I'm going to go all the way up here to 14. Hopefully your lines are straighter than mine. 14 from 10 to 12. And then 8 from 12 to 14. Okay, is my center at 10? Yes, it is, right in the middle of my data. 3, Jada has D dimes. She has more than 30 cents, but less than $8. Write 2 inequalities that represent how many dimes Jada has. Oh, actually, before we do this, guys, keep in mind your bar graph does not have to look exactly like mine. However, you can't have 6 bars. You need less than 6 bars because we want less variability. So mine only has 4. You also have to make sure that your tallest bars are right near 10 in order for that to be the center of the histogram. Also, the sum of your bars, so remember here I had 6, I had 14, I had 14, and I had 8. The sum of your bars has to be 42. If those are all true, yours does not have to look like mine. It could be totally different. Jada has D dime. She has more than 30 cents, but less than $1. Okay? Write 2 inequalities that represent how many dimes Jada has. Okay, more than 30 cents, but less than $1. Okay, so if she has more than 30 cents, can she have 2 dimes? No, because that's 20. Can she have 3 dimes? No, because that's exactly 30 cents. So she has to have more than 3 dimes. So I'm going to say 3 is less than D. But she has less than $1. So D also has to be less than, how many dimes would be $1? 10. Can D be 10? Does this say less than or equal to? No. Does this say but less than or equal to $1? No. So can D be 10? No. No. Jada cannot have 10 dimes because she has less than $1. How many possible solutions make both inequalities true? Okay, so this is actually 2 different inequalities here. I have 3 is less than D and D is less than 10. So how many possible solutions make both true? D could be 4, D could be 5, D could be 6, D could be 7, D could be 8, D could be 9. That's it. How many solutions is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 solutions make both inequalities true, ranging from 4 dimes, which would be 40 cents, to 9 dimes, which would be 90 cents. Okay, last one. I want you to pause and try this one on your own. Look up when you are done. Okay, in order to compare these, it's really important that we make all of the denominators the same. So I'm seeing here that I have fourths, halves, and fourths. If I think about what can I make all of these so I can compare it, I can turn them all into fourths. So -4. Instead of thinking about it as -4, I want to think about it as fourths. So I have to multiply by 4. So this would be -16 fourths. 1/4. 0 is just 0. 4. How many fourths would 4 be? I'm going to multiply by 4. So this would be 16 fourths. -3 1/2. Well, let's do this in 2 steps. 1/2 would be 2 fourths. So if I have -3 and 2 fourths, I'm going to multiply 3 by 4, which is 12, plus 2, which is 14. So that'd be -14 fourths. 7 fourths is good, it's already as fourths. And -5 fourths, it's good, it's already as fourths. So now I have to order them from greatest to least. So I'm looking for the biggest positive. The biggest positive is 16 fourths. Then I have 7 fourths. Then, so I'm just going to cross out the ones as I use it. I use 16 fourths. I use 7 fourths. Do we see any other positives? That's a negative, negative, 1/4. That's my next positive. 1/4. And then I think other than 1/4, I'm left with negatives. But 0. Is 0 greater than a negative? Yes. So down here, I'm going to do 0. Now I'm looking for, if I think about my number line, I'm looking for small fractions that are negative, that are close to 0. So I have -5 fourths, -14 fourths, -16 fourths. Which of those is closest to 0? It's going to be -5 fourths, followed by -14 fourths, followed by -16 fourths. And once I've done that, I have used all of them. I've used 16, I use 0, I use 14, I use -5 fourths. All right, that is all for the rest of this lesson. You are going to be practicing finding mean, median, and mode. Look at the poster to the right of the smart board, as well as numbers 1 and 2 on your worksheet. Those have been done for you. Okay, these can be done with a calculator. In fact, when you are finding the mean, you definitely want to use a calculator for that work. It will go much, much faster. All right, go ahead and begin.